Hello Niner faithful, Johnny Dill back with another episode of 49ers Playbook on the channel that's trying to answer the whys and hows of the game. It's been a long offseason, and I know I've been dark for a while, but as my busy season comes to a close and the 49ers season approaches, we will once again be ramping up content for you hungry fans. Much has been talked about the upcoming season, with Trey Lance set to take over the reins from Jimmy Garoppolo. The fan base has been largely polarized over the move and over the two quarterbacks. What is clear is Kyle Shanahan and company are fully invested in Trey going forward as the franchise quarterback of the future. No single decision these guys have made will make a bigger impact on how their tenures as coach and GM turn out than how Lance performs on Sundays. But what will a Trey Lance-led Shanahan offense look like? Will it be a big departure from what we've seen over the past 5 years with Kyle and the more traditional style QBs we've had operate? Will Kyle be reinventing his playbook and installing a vastly different offense? My answer is no. In many ways, I expect the offense to look very similar to what we've seen. Lots of outside zone, lots of running, and a strong play-action game to vertically and horizontally stretch the defense over the middle of the field. So why would Kyle go and spend 3 first-round picks to run the same offense? It's in how Lance's abilities will further stress the defense, and I'm not talking about his big arm. We're going to dive into some film and see how I think Kyle is going to use Trey Lance and what he brings to the table in the offense going forward. You're watching Johnny Dell's Football Academy. So to get a good indication, we're going to go back to last season, Week 16 against the Houston Texans, and I'll highlight a few things. First, this is the first play of the game. Remember, this is scripted. Why? Because Kyle wants to see how the defense is going to play certain things. It's about probing the defense to find information. We're going to run our wide zone, and like we do on these plays all the time, no matter who the quarterback is, we'll roll the quarterback out on a fake afterwards. We've all seen us come with a slide concept off of these, but what is Kyle looking for? Why this play out of this personnel first? He's looking to see how the Texans are accounting or not accounting for Trey Lance. When faced with an 8-man box in the run game, there's always going to be one player you can't account for. It's just a numbers game. You have 7 blockers, a runner, and the quarterback versus 8 defenders. Someone isn't going to be accounted for. So what Kyle sees as Trey begins to roll out is that no one is accounting for the quarterback on the play. So we'll fast forward a couple drives, and it's second and medium, so Kyle is going to use what he saw earlier. Here, we're going to fake a power play, and then have Lance roll out on a quarterback keeper. As he completes the fake, you can see that no box defender has accounted for the quarterback on the play, just as Kyle saw it. So that leaves the deep middle safety, Justin Reed, as the player who will now account for the quarterback, and he makes a heck of a play to run Lance down short of a first down. But you see what Kyle is doing based off how the defense is or isn't accounting for Lance. Now it's the next play, and Kyle is going to do the same thing. They didn't account for Trey on the last play. Why would you think they'd do it this time? This time we're in shotgun and we'll run a little zone read, and again, they didn't fully account for Trey. The unblocked defender does get moved slightly out of position, and so the deep middle safety, Justin Reed, again attacks hard on Lance to account for the quarterback as a runner and forces Lance to turn the run back inside. Okay, so we've seen they're not accounting for Trey with a box defender, and the deep middle safety is picking up that job. So what is Kyle going to do in response? This time we're going to fake a tight end sweep, which we did one with Kittle earlier, and again, they didn't account for Trey. Roll Trey out and then look to hit Ayuk on a corner post route. What's Kyle doing? He's seeing the defense to account for Trey has relied on Justin Reed, the deep middle safety. So we're going to try and move the deep middle safety out of position and hit a home run to Ayuk. You see how the movement affects Reed and does force him too shallow. If we had better blocking on the play, Lance has an opening to lead Ayuk over the middle for a touchdown. Even with getting hit though, the defense has to interfere to prevent a big gain, and it's a big gain off of a penalty. But you're seeing how Kyle is counter-punching with a threat of Trey as a runner to set up the home run shot. So seeing that it was open, Kyle is going to come back to this same play a little later in the game. Here we're going to fake the wide zone, like the first play of the game, roll Trey out, and again they didn't account for him, so he's all alone. No one within 10 yards of him, and this causes the corner, who's playing as a backside deep half safety, to sightsee, and he never picks up Debo on the corner post. Some other examples I'm going to show, we're going to take a trip back to the past. This is against the Panthers in 2019. So again, remember that against an 8-man box, there's always going to be one player you can't account for unless you can utilize the threat of the quarterback to occupy that 8th element in the box. Here, this is our inside zone with a zone read look. This time, we're going to leave the backside linebacker unblocked and put him in conflict with a zone read look. Even though this is Jimmy G, notice how the zone read action will hold him up just long enough to keep him from getting to the play, and Coleman picks up a 22-yard gain. Here we're going to be spread out, so instead of 7 blockers on 8 defenders, we have 6 blockers on 7 defenders. How do you account for the extra defender? We're going to run an inside zone again, and again add the zone read element, and this time leave a defensive tackle unblocked. As you can see, by occupying the extra defender with the quarterback, it allows us to get a hat on a hat and account for every defender in the box, thus leaving Coleman a huge lane and the ability to set up the safety and score a touchdown. This is exactly how I see Kyle using Trey Lance going forward, using the threat of the quarterback as a runner to occupy defenders and open up the run game. If they don't account for the quarterback, he wants a guy able to stress the defense to choose. Will they commit the deep middle safety to that role, like Justin Reed, and he'll then look to attack the deep middle of the field? But if you don't, you'll see Lance picking up first down after first down with his legs, which will only open up the run game more. Well, that's it for this episode, y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you turn the notifications button on so you're ready to go for all the content that'll be dropping this season. It's going to be an exciting year, and it'll be fun to watch how Kyle and Trey grow together. There's going to be ups and downs, there's going to be growing pains, but that's all part of the process and something that will be really fun to watch. And it'll be interesting to see how Kyle gets in a rhythm, play calling wise, going forward. But until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Niners.